All right, we're recording now, and welcome to the Wednesday webinar. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm working from home today, as I just was talking to the group before I started the recording. We are in the midst of talking about 5 things to consider when you're launching a product. And this is the time of year to do this, guys. So if you're looking at adding a new product, I just hung up on a call 10 minutes ago from a very, very large group, an ISO group. I think they have close to 20,000 merchants on the books, and they're looking at new product development. I mean, this is the time if you're considering and looking at your strategy for 2021, this is the time to really be honing in on what are some of the new products and services that you can offer to really make you stand out and differentiate yourself from the competition. And I hope this is on your list if you're looking at creating some new revenue streams for next year. So we are on point 3 today. We're going to talk about things that I consider and think about in the competitive environment when I start to look at new products. So week 1, we looked at profit potential. That always 1 and 2 for me are interchangeable. So I could either be looking at the profit first or at the market, right? I might have a product that's not that profitable, but from a marketing standpoint, will help me broaden my base of merchants, get my foot in the door, generate more leads, close more deals. So they're kind of interchangeable, but I like to, really make sure if I'm going from the viewpoint of profit, we need to be making money on these programs. And I've launched too many programs in the past, and I've learned from mistakes of launching programs that I thought would work without testing, and that made us very, very little profit by the time I looked at the support involved, the boarding process involved, and all the things involved with supporting that particular product. So today, hopefully you've looked at profit. We're looking at the market. What's the market research look like? And now we're going to look at the competitive environment and things you want to consider here when you're looking at the competition. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the video so it doesn't distract us from our conversation here. But, these are obvious questions, right? So what does the competitive intensity look like around this product or service? How many ISOs, agents, VARs, the people that you're competing with for business, how many of those people that you're competing for business with your clients are selling this product or service? Is this a red or blue ocean offering? And last week we talked about the red ocean and the blue ocean. And the red ocean is where most merchant service people find themselves today. We're in a sea of competition. We are in a sea of commoditization, of lots and lots of competition. And when you're in the sea of competition like that, it's not really about innovation. It's more about price, and it's more about support and market differentiation. So making yourself different from that sea of competition is a big part of being successful in the red ocean. If you're in the blue ocean, there's certainly a lot less competition, and you're really shifting your marketing and your product mix. You're entering into an area of innovation where there isn't so much competition. You're innovating, you're probably disrupting, or you're changing the whole way that a product or developing a product that's completely different from what's in the marketplace today. So this takes a little bit more creativity. This takes a lot of investment in a lot of cases, and this takes the fortitude to be willing to fail if you're trying to launch a blue ocean product. So a lot of where I've spent my time has been in the red ocean over the years, trying to make a Me Too product better, more effective, more cost effective, but also taking that Me Too product and differentiating it, maybe bundling it together, or maybe kind of a hybrid between the red and the blue, right? And you looked at ISVs that I talked about last week. The way our market's turning, there's a lot of development going on point of sale systems, cloud-based systems. ISVs or software developers are really adapting technology in the cloud to make business owners more efficient and to help them run their business better. So they're entering into that marketplace, but we can bolt on our payment products, our check products, our consumer finance products, or whatever we're offering, and partner with those ISVs and those software creators to really create a sticky product and a great value for their merchants. So we're seeing that shift has been going on for several years, but it's really accelerating now, in my opinion, with the virus, because we've got so much technology. People are working differently. They're working from home more. They're on their computers more, their cell phones more. And just technology is changing at a very, very rapid pace. The way people are shopping, the way they're behaving, the way they're interacting with others is changing as well. So it's a lot to take in, and it's a lot to consider when you're looking at new products. And the other thing you might look at in competition is, what verticals. So if there's a product being offered out in the marketplace, maybe it's being offered to some low-hanging fruit verticals, and there might be some underserved verticals. You could take that Me Too product and you could get into or present it in a way where it looks totally unique and different, and you could capture an underserved market that you could align with your current product mix. So remember, let's say we're going to add a payment gateway to your mix. Payment gateways are pretty common, right? That's a tough business to be in, but maybe your payment gateway has invoicing built into it, level 2 and level 3 processing. Maybe you've got some other things linked into your payment gateway. You might be able to hit an underserved market, or to be able to white label or create a product that's the same payment gateway, but the marketing message is a little bit different to that underserved market, how they can utilize that payment gateway and maybe connect a terminal to the gateway, mobile processing to the gateway, have phone orders over the gateway, hosted payment pages, reoccurring billing, all the stuff. You could put together a package that bundles it with your services. And then you certainly, if you're selling the gateway, you want to align that with your other product mix. What I mean by that is, whatever you're selling today, the ultimate goal would be to pick up the payment processing, right? Or to pick up one of your other high value products, a working capital loan, a credit line product, a point of sale financing product where you've got reoccurring income. So make sure the verticals, when you're looking at competition, if you find some of these underserved verticals, that it's aligned, that merchant is a good merchant for your other product mix. And then there might be, competitive research your manufacturer, your product owner, or your product creator might be able to provide you about the market, right? So if you're looking at a new product or service, they might be able to give you some data around what their current market share is, what's the potential for market growth, how fast is this market growing, how many resellers do they have right now? I mean, if it's a new product, they've only got 100 resellers, and it's in 4 states. I mean, you've got a whole green field, right, of where you can grow and build things out. And maybe they can help you look at that channel and get a good idea, what the channel growth is going to look like and how it's performing today. Another product you could look at that's very similar to merchant services is, IT services like internet service providers, cloud-based providers, telephone providers. These guys have had to reinvent themselves so many ways to sell and innovate and come up with new products around security, around innovation, and around productivity. It's pretty interesting to see how they do that. And a lot of what they do in that business, since it's IT and support, is relationship, right? So they have a relationship in many cases where they have an ongoing support structure where they're providing support and they're delivering support, delivering consulting, looking at how they can help these businesses grow and expand through these new products. They've got a pretty unique relationship with their clients, which is a little different from our payment people, right? Our payment people, a lot of times, we're interested in getting that product in place. We want to support them, but then we're moving on to the next sale. So that might be an area you look at, is how can I create or offer something where I've got a really, really sticky relationship with my customers so I can upsell them into new innovative things down the road. The other thing you might want to look at, that I always like to look at when I pick something up, is who's their number one partner or reseller, right? Who's selling the most for you, Mr. Manufacturer? And I want to go out and research and create a competitive profile around that number one partner and find out how are they doing it, right? Are they doing anything unique and different, or are they the number one partner just because they have 1,000 agents, right? And they've just got scale and they've got the numbers? Or have they really taken this and made it their own and created some differentiation, some uniqueness? Are they selling it differently? Is their sales process different? What are they doing different from everybody else to make them number one? And then really, instead of reinventing the wheel, we can just model our strategy. I don't like to say the word copy, because we don't want to copy somebody completely. We want to model it and take the good out of what they're doing and give our own little twist to it, and really create something unique and different. There's a guy named Russell Brunson, a lot of you might have heard of. He owns ClickFunnels and created ClickFunnels. Had a lot of failures before he had successes, but he's got a product he calls funnel hacking. And what they do is they look at the most profitable funnels or marketing campaigns, and they hack those campaigns, and you create your own campaign based off that data, but you give your own little unique twist to it. So you don't have to reinvent the entire wheel. You're just reinventing a portion of it. And I've had the opportunity to go to some of Russell's conferences, Funnel Hacking Live last year. Pretty exciting event, 5,000 or 6,000 people there. And they're all marketing different products. It could be e-commerce, affiliate offers, coaching, how-to, business opportunities. So I find it really interesting when I go to those type of events. I look at, what are people doing to market and create these type of numbers that they're creating and selling out on the internet and selling brick and mortar. And it really helps me get my creative juices flowing as well. The other thing you might ask is, could this product be disrupted or displaced by another innovation or new technology? So if you're in a product today that's been around a long time and there hasn't been a lot of disruption or displacement, is it the time to go all in on this product if there might be a better, faster, more improved model coming down the road that might make it obsolete? Now, if your current vendor that's selling the product is in the midst of reimagining it and they're going to have that available to you, sure, it might be a great idea to stick with that program or product, but kind of think about, what's the future look like? What's the long-term trend around? Am I piggybacking on something that has a deep and wide moat of potential revenue for years to come? I don't want to spend my time and effort growing something that's just going to go away in a year or two, and I'm going to lose my reoccurring revenue stream because it's going to be replaced by something else. And then you can do a lot of cool research out there. I listed some of these, but Google Analytics, keyword research, there's all kinds of free, keyword tools. You can look at search and traffic volumes like Keyword Spy and WordStream and Moz, I think. There's just all kinds of data analytical tools where you can really look at, what's the search volume for these type of products, or the need. Is it growing? Is it expanding? Is there really a market out there? And what's the competition look like? And a lot of times there's things called paid search, right, where people are paying for keyword placement, and you can kind of see what that competition looks like out in the marketplace. And if the dollars are high, the keyword is a high amount to get a click, then you know that there's a lot of competition in that market. So try to look at industry data, white papers, whatever that potential manufacturer could give you. And then you can always fall back on the old SWOT analysis, right? And SWOT analysis stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And this is something when I was running a bigger company that we would sit down with our management team every year at the beginning of the year. Typically, we'd also do it at the end of the year. We'd have our quarterly meetings, but we would sit down and really pick apart our company and pick apart our areas of operations and deployment and sales and marketing and vendors, and work through these SWOT analysis, right? And get everybody's input. What are our strengths? And if we're looking at this from a particular product standpoint or competition standpoint, uh, we'll break it down into that niche. But what are our strengths, right, around this product or service? What are our weaknesses around this product or services? And where are the opportunities, right? Where have we dropped the ball, or where are there green fields that we haven't explored yet, or areas that we might expand into, or things that we might do differently to create some new opportunities around this product or service? And what are the threats, right? Just like what we talked about, what are the threats in this marketplace? Is it too much competition, right? Are there too many people getting into this market? We need to think about a shift and a pivot into something else. So if you sat down with a yellow pad or a Google Sheet, you could work through this new product that you're considering and run a SWOT analysis on it and really dig into it and make sure it's something that you want to implement. And that would be something I would do certainly every year around your business as well, and really think about, how you can really identify if this is the right direction for you to go in, from so far profit, the market, and the competitive nature of it. Next week, we're going to talk about some things that you might want to consider as far as service, implementation, ongoing support. I would encourage you, if you have not signed up for my year-end 2021 blueprint, the marketing's out. We'll post it in the group. So please sign up. I'd love to have you. We'll talk about setting these impossible games for 2021 around your body being balanced and, of course, business. And then also the next step would be for you to work out your 90-day sprint for the first quarter of 2021. So hope this helped you. If you're looking at new products, I'm always happy to help. Text me, email, chat. If you in the Be Life group, post it in the group. Happy to answer any questions. If you've got products you're looking at or services you're looking at and would like my feedback, I see a lot of products. I see what a lot of ISOs are doing out in the marketplace. I see what a lot of competitors are doing out there. I'm more than happy to give you feedback. So if you're thinking of getting in a particular vertical, send me your idea, give me your little outline of what you're looking at doing, how you want to sell it, what's your little napkin, back of the napkin plan, and I'm more than happy to assist and give you my feedback on it. I've got 3 or 4 major product launches that I'm in the midst of planning and getting ready for the end of the year and getting ready for the first quarter of 2021. So this is a really busy time for me as well. And I'm running through all this stuff just like you are today, looking at my companies and my businesses and everything that I can potentially do and think through to make 2021 a really, really good year for us. So hope you're having a great week. We'll talk to you soon. If you're on replay, thanks for watching. And next week, we'll talk about implementation and service.